Alright, welcome to lesson number 3. I'm gonna teach you pretty much the remaining designing elements, and to do this we're gonna create a sign. So in this case it's going to be a no honey badgers allowed sign. So we've got this picture of a honey badger's head. We're going to scale that up a bit by grabbing the edge, making it a bit bigger, double click it. We're going to change the text wrap position and we're going to put it behind text because we want to put stuff on top of it. Okay, and now we're going to move that to the middle of our page. We're going to zoom out a little bit so we can get our page right in the middle. And we'll just try and get it approximately in the middle there. Alright, and now we need to have one of those sort of no smoking style circles around it. And so to do that we're going to go insert and we're going to choose shapes. And if you have a look through you'll eventually find the no symbol. Choose that and we're going to draw a circle around this honey badger. If you hold down shift, for example right now I'm not holding shift, and you'll notice it skews it, it'll go either too skinny or too tall, but if you hold shift it maintains the aspect ratio, which means for every time you make it bigger horizontally it'll make it bigger vertically as well, perfectly symmetrically, if that was a word. Okay, so that looks about right. Okay, but we can't really see what's going on, like, you know, the line is so thick. So what we're actually going to do is we're going to learn about transparency. And to get access to that, you can fiddle around with all the settings up here, but if you right click on the object you just made and go down to format shape, it'll open up this little tab on the side here, and this is where we got a lot of objects up here that we can play around with. And if we go to this fill and line option, if we go to fill, you'll notice that there's transparency here, it's on 0, but if we slide that up, the transparency goes down a little bit. So we're going to make that 50%. You can type it as well. We can change our color to red because everyone knows that the no whatever is always red. It's just how it is. Although with transparency it looks kind of pink, but oh well. Okay, so we don't like this outline, it's this light blue outline, so we can change that by double clicking it. We can change it up here in format shape outline. We could make it no outline. We could also change it here on line. We can change the line outline. If we wanted, we could add some shadows and effects to it. We could add soft edges. We could make it glow even. But we don't really want to, because who's ever seen a no honey badger sign that glows? So we're going to scroll that down. Alright, so we've made our no honey badger sign, but we probably need to get some text happening on there as well. Okay, so if we go to insert, we're going to pick the WordArt option, and we'll just go with this plain WordArt, and we're going to drag that to the middle here, and we're going to write no honey badgers. And we're going to make that a little bit bigger, and we need that to curl with this sign. So to do that, make sure you've got the WordArt box selected. And this little option here, which is text effects, and it might be really small on your screen or it might be fully maximized out and say text effects, whatever it is. Click it, go down to transform, and you can change how you want this thing to look in terms of its curving or that kind of thing. So I'm going to go with this sort of minor curve look, arch up. So a little bit of a curve, and I'm going to move that down. I'm just going to make that a bit bigger. Now that it fits. And the further down you drag, the more of a curve it's going to get. That's about right. No honey badgers. And I might rotate that slightly. There we go. Now we'll just turn that off. And now we've made ourselves a sign using our WordArt, our shapes, learnt transparency, and there we go. That's pretty much it for the designer elements. Save your work as L3 designer.